Hello, Maria here from Fourth Dimension Tarot. I am reading for the sign of Cancer. Thank you for your patience. I got a new job. Lucky me. And I am very blessed. I am very blessed. And unfortunately, it has taken away some of my time. So thank you for your patience. I'm going to try to get them out. So Cancer, and I'm always intrigued because I'm a Cancer too. So I'm always like, is this my energy? I'm sure other readers struggle with that. Like, whose energy is this? Tell me about Cancer. Always interesting with a Cancer reading. That one just like flew out. Okay. Cancer, you guys are going through it again. Sorry. I love you all. 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 Sincerely. Cancer. And okay, I just want to, my disclaimer here, because this is a lot. This is a lot here. My disclaimer is with this, especially with this reading. Wow. Okay. Yep. I'm going to take them all. I'm going to take them all. I'm just going to stop there. Okay. With this reading, there's a lot happening here and it's very emotional. Very emotional and a lot of in and out activity. A lot of back and forth of who wants what, etc. I haven't even pulled a tarot or a tarot card yet, but I feel like there's one Cancer I'm dealing with right here who is going through, has recently gone through and is going through a awakening, we'll say. You're dealing with a lot. You got about 6-5 energies hanging around. You're closing doors that don't make sense to you. You're trying to put your big toe in relationships you want to explore, and you're evaluating them. And you're watching as people walk back in your life during this retrograde, coming back, and you're trying to see the genuineness of the person that you're dealing with. That's the overall energy. That's the main vibe of the spread. So Cancer, you're dealing with people that are having an emotional storm at you, like showing up and just sobbing and losing it, trying to get you to stay with them. You're dealing with somebody who's spying and watching you on the internet, I feel, watching what you're posting. The foundation is broken and it was a mask because it wasn't really, there's like one relationship that you have that wasn't really built on a foundation, although you wanted it to, but it wasn't because somebody wasn't being straight with you. They were pretending. It was a joke and it was exaggeration of their love for you. It's like love bombing. I get, there's resistance and obscurity and stress, and you're using your intuition to try to identify who's being real and who's being genuine and authentic and who doesn't have your best interest. On the flip side too, you might be dealing with, or this might be your energy. I just read the energy here. This is like very, very confusing right now for me. Just for the simple fact that it's layers. You got a lot of layers. You got a lot of layers going on, Cancer. Somebody's running away from a commitment and they have a heart fog. They can't clearly, it's the Two of Swords, right? I have the Two of Swords with a bandana or whatever it is around her head. She can't see in the card. She can't see to make a decision. She can't trust her intuition. And she doesn't see, her heart's closed due to the fact that, or his heart's closed. The card is representing not knowing which way to go and guarded against any decision based on not having all the information and not trusting it, even if you did have it. So that's kind of the feeling I'm getting. Somebody here is sitting in silence and just exhausted, clinging on to this relationship. And I feel like you're coming out of a period of abandonment, or coming out of the feeling of being abandoned. Something in you got triggered, or vice versa. You're triggering somebody else in abandonment. You might be dealing with a Gemini. I just finished the Gemini read. There might be a little bit of that in there. Somebody's definitely got a huge ego, possible There's a third party possibly in this mix that has a constant presence, or maybe used as a scapegoat, an ex. Somehow there's a third party that's interfering. Thank you for that validation, Sophie. My poor little baby. It's almost like kennel cough, but she doesn't have kennel cough. She's free range. She's feral. So my little puppy's feral. So I feel like, Cancer, you're going through a lot of stuff. I feel like you're trying to discern what you're wanting. That's the whole point, I feel, of coming out of this energy, is you're trying to get real with yourself of what is real, what is false, and you're elevating, even if you don't want to elevate the traumatic pain, that's a good word, that you're facing, and the problems that you've overcome has elevated you, regardless if you wanted to elevate or not. This is how it's going, is you can't help but see through people quickly. BS. You're awakening to crap versus fact. You can smell a con a mile away. You know what I mean? You know, that's kind of the vibe I get. You're going through stress. I feel like you are accomplishing something at work. You're completing a long project you've spent a lot of time in. You have developed and jumped into the work life. Not really balanced there, but you were trying to complete something, and you're at the end or finished it. You're very excited about it, but now you're actually going on to the next chapter. And as you're exhaling and relaxing, you're actually coming up with, like, it's now time to deal with all the stuff you put aside. It's kind of surfacing. I have situations with family that's got some stress on it. This is the vibe here. And they're being obscure with your answers. And I feel like you're detaching from siblings or cousins or some kind of extension. It's like it's an extension of your decision-making capabilities. They're making choices for you that you don't really need their opinion. You still want it, but you don't want it, kind of vibe. And it created some stress in the background. You listened to them when you shouldn't have, and you're trying to trust your own guidance. It kind of goes back, I've said it in a few readings, is to thine own self be true, and you're resonating with that. You're like, okay, what do I want? What do I want? Where do I want to live? It's like you are finally completing a chapter, and you have a clean slate, and you're putting the things on the board that you want to keep. You've wiped everything off the board, and now you're adding to the board of things you want to invest in. Your health, your wellness, your financial stability. Where do you want to live? What kind of food you want to eat? Do you want to exercise daily? These are things that are on your heart. Who you want next to you has not been a single priority for a while, but I feel that might be changing. So I feel like you're being tested in a way. In my opinion, you're being bombarded with a love bomber. You're being bombarded with a couple of different entities that want to hang on. They know you're succeeding and you're moving forward, and they want to jump on your coattail. One party is extremely exhausting to deal with. They're emotionally exhausting. I feel like their silence is also exhausting, and you're clinging on to them. Either you had a fight or you're separated from them. You care a great deal about this person, Cancer, or these cards wouldn't be here. I'm just saying, because you have a lot going on. This would not have shown up, and they came out at the last end. And by the way, this too. That's kind of the vibe I had. And by the way, we got to address this. I feel like you're recognizing abandonment. Nobody abandoned you, or vice versa. You didn't abandon anybody else. If they're saying this, it just triggered that feeling of this back, forth, in, out, passive, aggressive, hot, cold, and you've, or somebody else in this relationship has never really invested. It lacked the leveling up. It never got to level up. And it's easier, I feel, for either you, I feel it's you, or this other person to deal with the 3D. It's super easy to focus on, what can I control? I can control my weight, my diet, my exercise, my work-life balance. I can control how much I eat or drink, how much I spend, etc., where I invest. These are the tangibles. It gives you a sense of control, of power. However, when we lean over here and we start looking at the emotional side of our life, we just put that in the closet and conveniently lock the door, and then bury the key in the backyard and then plant a tree on. You don't want to deal with that. You're kind of avoiding this. And it's a little scary, because when you open that door, you have to deal with the feelings, and then you have to deal with the feelings behind the feelings. And why do I keep sabotaging relationships? Why am I so afraid of commitment? Why am I so consumed with, being a winner or competing or having others compete for me. What is that about? Like, that's a big thing you're dealing with. There's a lot of pride. It comes down to a lot of pride, for one. This abandonment is you're taking abandonment personally, like they abandoned you, or vice versa. If you're dealing with somebody who's a Cancer and is a runner, right? A runner, a sabotager in the relationship, or you are the Cancer dealing with somebody else who's got this energy. Just read energy, just remind you. So I just want you to know this back, forth, in, out, emotional storm, dump and run, passionate and then ghosting kind of vibe. You both are sabotaging each other because of your own trauma bonds back in the day. Now, when you guys get close and you start investing in each other in this relationship, a couple things happen. One is fear that's elevating, and you're going to lose control of the train, right? You can't control the train. If you start feeling a certain thing for this relationship, it's going to go off the rails and you can't control it. The other thing I feel is you want to escape anytime there's a level of commitment. So I feel like you came out of a long-standing relationship, a marriage, a situationship, an extended one that was toxic, or you've also witnessed, if not, that's not me, Maria, there's a handful of you that have witnessed your family, parents, i.e. somebody who had phobia with commitment, people that stepped out, cheated on each other, had addictions. That's the environment they were raised in, you were raised in, your person may have been raised in. Inconsistency, one parent home, not really toxic, but not really stable, right? Super, super poor. Like I can resonate with that. It's just, you don't know what you're going to get day to day. One potato, 10 kids, Irish family, one potato, 10 kids. So when I see this energy, and not that I was poor, I just feel like this is the energy that's coming off the table. You're dealing with some folks here, whether it's you or energy or somebody else, that anytime that this elevates beyond surface, it gets in a dicey area. Like they want to hang out in the shallow pool. And as the relationship develops, somebody runs away, somebody pulls back. So that's kind of the overall feeling. This person's sitting in a heart fog. They're looking for a signal from you or vice versa. I don't feel you two are together right now, or if you are, serious boundaries are put around this. Some significant boundaries. So I'm going to take a minute and find my favorite tarot card deck. Here it is, right in front of my face. Tell me about Cancer. And I'm going to clarify a little bit more. But this is the vibe I'm getting. And Cancer, you got a lot going on. You might be moving or looking at jobs out of state. You might be creating something online. I feel like that project you've been working on, you've been working against the clock for whatever reason. I feel like a grant or some kind of financial ties are related to it. So like you've had to put a lot of work into it, and it's a self-competitiveness, and it's heavy competitive. And I feel like that's what the spying's about. So I got the Page of Cups, the High Priestess, and the Four of Swords. So I feel like somebody's going to come in, and you're going to have to use your intuition for sure, and sit in a period of meditation if you haven't yet, because this sweet, very gentle person who's going to come in and have a conversation with you about their feelings is going to possibly set you off. I just think the bluff and the foundation. Tell me about that, Spirit. It just kind of gives me a vibe that you don't trust anybody. Yeah, you're the King of Pentacles. You think this is about money. They're coming after you for your stuff. I don't know if that's true. So the King of Pentacles, in my opinion, I don't know if that's the reality. They see you as a good person to invest in. That's the other feeling I have. Female or male, it doesn't matter. The King of Pentacles is solid, stable, secure, reliable, right? And that is defining foundation and mask, pretending, bluff, exaggeration. So somebody might, there's a tower coming in. So I feel like somebody's going to come in and tell you, and it shocks the hell out of you, taking off their mask and telling you how they feel. They really, really feel. And I feel like this is going to be shocking. I think they want to invest in you, Cancer. And of course, like, come on, you're a Cancer. Who wouldn't invest in you? You're gorgeous. Come on. You know you are. All right, so you have the Nine of Swords in the reverse. You're coming out of a period of extreme pressure and anxiety, and it's in the reverse. So whatever you're working on, I feel, is lessening. This person is coming out, like, getting the chutzpah to get in their car or phone you or take you to coffee. I don't know, but it's like, I'm just going to do it. I don't have anything to lose. So I'm not sure if you had a fight or an argument. I don't feel like this is a breakup. I feel like this is a pause. And my neck is itching, which is weird. I don't know what that's about. It's like the Nine of Swords in the reverse is decision made. I made a choice. I made my decision. I'm going for it. And that's the King of Pentacles. I'm going for it. I have a strategy. I'm moving forward. The Tower is the shock. Tell me about this Tower. I'm a little scared because I am a Cancer. Tell me about this Tower. Yeah, somebody's making a decision to come forward and have a conversation with you right now. And it's believe in your personal power. And I feel like there's so much pessimistic vibe off this. It's like nobody's optimistic or hopeful that this is going to turn out. I'm now scared. I'm like, somebody is not using, they're resistant. And you might even have this might be a quiet, timid person, a secret admirer that's watching you, I think maybe online, and they're going to come forward. This is creating conflict, this Tower, and it's ups and downs. You might have an argument. This person actually might come in and argue. And it is like a competition. Maybe this is the third party I was feeling, the third party hanging in the wings, maybe coming to your door and talking to you. I do have a Page of Pentacles and a Three of Cups. So my spidey sense is saying there are a lot of folks in this relationship. Whether this person or yourself have been dating quite a few people, and I'm using dating very loosely. But there's a sense of challenge and fight for this person, for you. There's a lot of energy surrounding this. I don't know. It's like a whirlwind of energy. And it's all like fluff though. It's not like substantial. None of this is something I would build a foundation on, which is, I think, maybe why this is here and why this is here is maybe you're understanding that none of these folks are worth investing in, even though they're passionate for you and they want to invest in you and they're showing up emotionally. I don't feel like I don't know. I don't get the sense that your evaluation of them. Yeah, you're seeing that several of them as toxic, bondage. There's nothing to invest in. It's a waste of your time. That's what you see. You feel like this is a waste of your time, Cancer. You're feeling you've been there, done that, and this investment has never proved you solid. It's been chaotic and it's been unstable, and this emotional storm that they're going to have with you may lead to resolution and a commitment, which is the next two cards. However, we also have escaping. They might want to take you on a vacation. Let me just keep going here. So I think this person knows that they've been deceitful. I have the Ace of Pentacles in the reverse and the Two of Cups. So this person historically has never really invested in anybody. Because of the feeling of abandonment and the fear of being hurt. If they put their heart out there and you reject them, they don't want to go through that. If they don't put their heart out there, they're going to lose you anyways. It's a lose-lose in their mind. So that's kind of the vibe I'm getting is I don't know if I should take a risk if there's only pain at the end of this trail. I don't know if I really want to go for it. And that's this. This is kind of defensive, deceitful, and crafty. But it's more along the lines of unprecedented. Like, so prosperity, the Ace of Pentacles paired with this is saying I've never really invested in anything. I didn't have to because people would give me wifey or husband level commitment and energy without me having to do anything. I can get a plate of food. I can go to Betty's and get a foot rub. I can go over to Susie's, and that's a vibe. And if you're a woman and you're doing this, I can go to Steve and you can buy a car note, right? That's the vibe I have. So I feel like that's the energy of you, Cancer, is looking back and saying either I've done the dirt and they don't want to invest in me, or vice versa. This happened to you and you don't want to invest because you got rolled, right? And this is somebody who I feel it never got off the ground. It never got off the ground. It never got to the sword level. It was stayed at the Wands and the Cups. I think it was starting to get to the sword level, which is kind of deep, kind of intimate. We were sharing stuff. People were, it's almost like the energy I have is the escaping is you have similar things in common as far as run or chase, survive. So this might be a trauma bond. You might think that this is a soulmate even, and it might be. I think it's a divine masculine and a divine feminine. However, I feel like there's a lot of broken in this thing, in this relationship, and it never got off the ground. It was too broken to get off the ground. I have heart fog. Tell me about heart fog. And I feel like that's just blocked, thank you, blocked emotions right there, holding back and wanting to drop the wands of being conservative. And the conservativeness is trying to control the situation. If I can control it, kind of like what I was saying, if I have the reins, I really don't need to invest in anything. I don't really need to put my security in this relationship because I'm going to have another one here in a few minutes. So that's kind of the, like, why should I invest? I mean, I'm being for real, y'all. I know that sounds terrible. I think though, Cancer, you're stuck. You got a lot of things going on, and you wouldn't be in this situation unless you felt something for somebody that on this table. It wouldn't be here, right? So I have silence, exhaustion, and clinging. Holding on. Tell me more. I have the death. So yeah, somebody walked away from somebody else and they're holding on to you. They won't let go of you. And it's exhausting to deal with them energetically. It's the Queen of Pentacles. That's how you feel. You feel like this Queen of Pentacles won't release you. And it's holding you back. You can feel their energy. And it's almost like it's stopping your growth and you're feeling like that. I feel like or you're holding on to the Queen of Pentacles. I don't know. It's a silent relationship. It's just energy I'm reading. But it's somebody feels left out in the cold. I feel your person does, Cancer. They have a lot of options. I think they think you have a lot of options. I have the Page of Swords in the reverse, which is kind of like frivolous, charming. It's somebody who comes in and has great words but no action. And then I have the Magician. They're trying to manifest a conversation with you. They want to create an idea, and they gossip all the time. Whoever this is, Cancer, they just can't keep your name out of their mouth. And I feel like they're trying to manifest you back in their life. They have the skills, so do you, to move forward from this relationship or this situationship or whatever it was. And I do have the Hermit, and to be fair, it did land on its side. But somebody's sitting in a hermit state trying to evaluate, what do I want? What do I want? Somebody feels left in the cold, could be you, could be them. And it's a great period of time because the chaser-runner dynamic is over. We're not 15, right? This is the energy that's showing up, and you're using your intuition to try to navigate, maybe even telepathically with your person. And if you might be dealing with somebody long distance, because I see this card keeps coming back. This person might be an escape for you, and you might be evaluating, is this an escape? I feel like somebody's long distance from you, in a warmer climate maybe, and I feel like either you married them on a whim, or you want to be with this person, or this person's asking you, Cancer, to marry them, and you don't know what to do, and you're in a heart fog. You don't know how you feel. And I feel like you think there's mixed signals coming because, like, you're not getting farther than the wand or a possible cup level. You want to get to the pentacles, and you just don't know if you want to keep investing. You're dealing with somebody who has abandonment issues as well, and you're beyond that. I think you healed that. Queen of Swords. This is you being intelligent, quick, very, very quick. You're going to actually catch somebody in a conversation that's going to give you some aha moments. Yeah, it's the Hierophant in the reverse, and it's a foolish exercise, wavering, back and forth, in and out, vulnerable. So in the upright, it's traditions, right? A traditional relationship. In the reverse, it's not. This Queen of Wands is probably going to have a conversation with you about your level of commitment, which is also here. Or it could mean that you, my friend, are struggling with commitment and you don't want to have this conversation. You're avoiding it with this heart fog. Either way, it doesn't matter. And I want to be straight. There's nothing wrong. Like, everybody should be pro-marriage or pro-wedding ring or engagement. And I'm not. Like, for one of those people, I'm not one of these people. For me, it's more like that's the vibe I get, is like, I just want loyalty. This is loyalty. And it's like a ride or die. Like, you thought you had a ride or die, and they weren't your ride or die. And that's kind of the vibe. As I invested all of this, Maria, all this, my whole kingdom into somebody else, and they failed me on an emotional level, on a financial level, on a spiritual level. It wasn't equal give and take. And I'm like, I get it. And you're like, I don't know if I want to do that again. I'm like, I get it. I understand that. That's the vibe. So no harm, no foul. But that's the resistance. That's what this is. right here. And I feel like you're being obscure. If it is you, you're not telling somebody how you really feel. The conversation I just had with the whole world is right here. And it's okay. It's okay. There's no right or wrong. And I feel like if somebody's coming in, rushing in, saying, I want to marry you for this wonderful foundation, you can slow your roll and say, wait a minute, let's put some parameters or boundaries around this, because I don't really trust, and my intuition isn't on fire right here, and it isn't guiding me with what I should do. Yeah, I think it's still like cup level. There's a lot of cups. There's some wands, a few swords. I got all the signs out here. Cancer. You might be dealing with an Aquarius, a Gemini, a Taurus. It might be over with the Taurus, but you keep going back and forth, I think. Pisces. Could be Pisces. I don't know if you heard that. Could deal with another water sign, a Scorpio. There's a lot of cups out here. Let's see. I have the Four of Wands, the Justice card, the Eight of Cups, the Knight of Cups, and the Seven of Swords. So I feel like it's going to come to light that this deception and this fear of this relationship. The Knight is in the car with the key in the ignition, having a conversation about the deception, the previous deception, walking away from things that don't serve you, releasing all those things, walking away, whether it be the relationship or the behaviors. Each person's different. It's not a personal read, but there's justice. Several of you are going to accept this foundation and create it together. Yay. Not sure what that looks like, and that is justice. And several of you are going to be single at the end of this conversation. I feel like this is a time for celebration, and the haters are going to hate. I got to just say, you got to live with that. There's some folks that you're going to piss off, Cancer, by choosing your mate here. There's like 6, 8 energies at least, and some family folks. Whoever your choice is isn't going to be the most popular, but you're trusting your intuition, and you're praying a lot, and you're doing the right thing, and you're moving forward, and you're elevating. I am so proud of you. Go Cancer. Cancer team. Can't, like anything else for Cancer. Had my own private party there for a minute. I'm telling you, your relationship with whoever this is, and it could have been a previous one, like I said, that didn't get off the ground, and it's a commitment. We're now at the Pentacle level. Your relationship with this person that never got off the ground is now, it's a divinely orchestrated relationship. I'm going to take a pause and just tell you the significance of these two cards. One is, because it's a divinely orchestrated relationship, this that never got off the ground before is now going to help heal the relationship of the breakup from the previous past. And so that Three of Swords, that heartbreak, if you could just release resentment and forgiveness, and, give forgiveness for the situation, because it was what it was, and how people act a fool when they're hurt or challenged or victimized or feeling abandoned or whatever is normal for people. That's part of the healing phase, is they react. That's how you have a cycle, and you don't change anything until you change something, right? And this person's changing stuff. They're recognizing their behavior patterns and trying to change it and making amends to those they hurt, and closing out relationships that fed into that cycle. That's a lot. This is a lot. That's a lot. This is what the work looks like. Well done, Cancer. Good job. Oh, there it is. I'm gonna finish on that note. There's the Empress. That's what I feel. This person is coming to get you, Cancer. Either the Empress is, it doesn't matter. The Empress is the other side. Either it's you being the Empress they're going to come get, or the Empress is going to knock on your door if you're a male, or vice versa, same sex, I don't care. I feel like this is, somebody wants to be victorious right here. I have right behind that, it says, keep a positive mindset. And this is the card that, my favorite card in the deck is, I can do one more round. And it's such a positive, like they get up, dust themselves off, been teased, been spit on, been lied. It's like when Jesus fell 3 times with the cross and he kept getting up. That's, I swear, that's the card. That's the meaning of the card. Not losing hope or faith or optimism, having the courage to get up and do it again, right? When you have a bad outcome from a relationship that didn't go your way, you get up to fight another day. That's the feeling. And that's what this person has been overcoming this whole time, is feeling of abandonment, feeling I'm not good enough, feeling people put garbage on this person, or you, or whomever in this read, and they're finally taking the right steps to discipline themselves to stand up and come after what they want. Pretty cool. At the end of this, I do have the Knight of Pentacles, which is by the Emperor right there. There it is, Cancer. It's very lovely. This is a lot. This is a lot. You have done some work. Now, on the flip end, if this is a lot, if you want a personal reading, please reach out to me. I'm a few weeks out with my bookings, but feel free to go to the link in the description box. There's a schedule that you can just attach a time to if you want a personal read. I'd be more than happy to do it. Secondly, if you are not receiving notifications of when I upload content, please consider hitting that notification bell and resubscribing, because I think that might be some of it, is several people fall off. So appreciate each and every one of you, Cancers. I think this is an extraordinary read, and well done on the work you've done. Well done, well done, well done. And with that, have a great week. Talk to you later. Bye.